I'm talking with research attorney Christian Desolé about the National Public Survey on White-Collar Crime. Mr. Desolé, I understand that survey respondents were asked about their perceptions of white-collar crime. Can you talk a little bit about the nature of these questions and what you learned from the results?
Sure. I'd say the first thing that comes to mind is that people feel very strongly that white-collar crime helped cause the current recession. Of all the people that we asked, 70% claimed that they felt the current economic crisis was at least partly the fault of white-collar crime.
So you'd say that people are taking white-collar crime fairly seriously then?
Oh, sure. I mean, who likes white-collar crime? That's kind of a no-brainer. Nobody likes getting ripped off. But it was kind of surprising going through the results, just how seriously people were taking it. Typically, people are a little dismissive of white-collar crime. They're not really worried about getting their bank accounts cleared out half as much as they are about being repeatedly stabbed at the park. But that's changing a little. People are taking white-collar crime much more seriously nowadays.
More seriously than being repeatedly stabbed? That's a little hard to believe.
Yeah, I know. But actually, we had people rate how serious they thought various crimes were. Assault didn't even make the top 5. The top 3 were espionage, false labeling of pharmaceuticals, and identity theft. Assault was number 7. Now, granted, they didn't tend to rate crimes that had potential to hurt people as being more serious than other crimes. And there were other factors involved, and when I say crimes that could hurt people, I do include the espionage example and the pharmaceutical example. I mean, people could seriously die from this. All the same, that's just pretty surprising to me.
So people must be more than ready for government to step up efforts to crack down on white-collar crime then?
Actually, we're not sure. We asked people if they thought that the government was allocating enough resources to fight white-collar crime. And 40% thought that they weren't. And we're not saying it's not significant. It's just that 25% of people felt that they were doing a fine job. And 33% of people really didn't have an opinion one way or the other. So I'd say as a nation, we're actually fairly ambivalent. We're leaning towards more funding, but either way.
So if people could go either way about spending more money to fight white-collar crime, what should we do?
That's the question, isn't it? I think we've shown that white-collar crime is a serious problem, that it affects a frighteningly large section of the American populace. And I think that people are really starting to understand that it's serious and has potentially life-altering consequences, not just for them, but across the nation. What do we do about it? I think we need to find that answer, and quickly. People accept that the world's becoming more and more computer-focused, more digital every day. But they don't really think about how that applies to crime in general. Your information-based crimes, identity theft, computer crime, intellectual property crime, these aren't the future. They're the present. And we need to catch up. So what do we do about them? I don't know. Nobody does. But I think what we do need to do is prioritize finding an answer. We need to make that a top priority, and we need to do that soon.